Hi, I'm Amy Baldwin, and this is Laurie Hazard. And we are talking about summer topics, getting your student ready to go to college. This topic today is what to pack or how to kind of get organized for move-in day. Um, as a mother of a recent college graduate, I'm going to tell you be careful what you send them with because it's all going to come back to your house at some point. And I'm in the process of trying to figure out where to put an extra refrigerator and futon and boxes. So just don't get too crazy. Is that probably good advice to start with?
I think it's really hard, but trying to be minimalist about how much they bring with them.
Yeah, those rooms are small, and that's the thing that was probably the biggest shocker is you think I need a laundry basket, I need dividers in my closet, I need things to go under the bed, I need things to hang on the wall, obviously linens and things like that. But even when you know the dimensions, it's still a big shock whenever you get there because these are not palatial estates at all by any stretch of the imagination. So what are the things that you think are crucial to helping students and families prepare to get what they need and be able to take it with them?
I think creative storage bins and things like that are something that should be explored. And there are a lot of websites and blogs about um, move in and what kinds of things to bring. So I would take a look at those, but I would also be wary of this has become a huge marketing thing for right? For people trying to sell the dorm move-in kinds
Mhm.
of things. So just to kind of vet everything, but really be minimalist and look at those lists and kind of sit down with your student and ask the question, do I really need this? Right. And the other thing is to collaborate with your roommate and each of you try to decide who's going to bring what so you're not overdoing it.
Yeah, I would add to determine how easily it will be to get out off campus when you get there to pick up additional things. So if I think of a particular institution in Tennessee, it is in the middle of nowhere. It's a lovely, lovely, beautiful place, but the trip to Walmart is a 30-minute one way. And then there are other people that go to schools in very urban settings where they're going to have to walk many blocks and haul big bags. And so there is you want to think about where you're moving to and what the amenities are around in terms of, do I just wait till I get there to purchase them? That's one thing. But I think there's another thing that people might need to think about is the climate they're going to. So if they're not familiar with the climate, they're coming from Minnesota and they're moving into a Florida institution, you know, may not need that big coat, may just need some flip-flops, and then the vice versa, Um, understanding the climate around that and what's needed is key as well.
Yeah, and I think also is your institution a drive away, a train away, a plane flight away? So if you're moving from the East Coast to the West Coast to go to school, those students are going to be forced to bring a lot less. And as you said, to investigate what's around the institution. So once they get there, they have a little nest egg of money that they can go grab
Mhm.
the things that grab the things that they need.
Yeah. And there will be things too, if you're not too far away. This happened to us. We packed up our daughter. We were only 30 minutes away. We brought a bunch of stuff back because they just didn't fit. And it's hard to just realize that whenever you haven't been to college in a while, or maybe you've never been to college, you've never lived in a dorm. The institutions will often suggest what you can and cannot bring. That's probably another good thing is to look at the list. Hot plates are usually banned. Um,
Candles are banned.
Candles are banned, so anything that can cause a fire, do not bring it. And then double, triple check what is banned on your student's list. Not only could it possibly get confiscated, it probably could result in a fine. And in extreme circumstances, there could be other penalties. So you want to follow those rules, right?
Yeah, I think the starting point is to get the checklist from the college or university, sort of compare that to some of the neat things that you'll find online about it. Sit down with your student, go through the list and go through a negotiation of what they feel like they need to have and what they can live without. And then once that process is done, they get with their roommate and sort of do the same thing.
Yeah. I always wonder where all the microwaves go at the end. Like everybody has a microwave and then yet not everyone needs one after graduation. So
Yeah, and I think the other thing is rentals. Some colleges and universities allow you to rent refrigerators, microwaves, those kinds of things. So they should look into that at their college or university. What can students rent so that and do the cost benefit analysis of that.
yeah. So I would tell families too, one last thing, invest in some good shoes. Maybe even invest in a dolly or at least get your hands on one when you get there. And do know that a lot of institutions now have upper class students coming to move your stuff for you and help. That was another surprise for us. It did not take us as long because we had 4 or 5 sophomores and juniors at our car immediately when we arrived on campus that just took everything to the room, and that's
Yeah,
a
that was
lovely.
amazing.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it's lovely. And
It's
so
like somebody here to help us. Yeah.
yeah, so be aware. And I said one last thing. Here's one more. Don't assume that your student is going to want you to hang out all day hanging up stuff. Maybe if you're lucky, chances are they're going to want you to unload, give a hug, give a kiss, hand over $20 or maybe a gift card to, a restaurant they want to go to, and then they'll want you to skedaddle. Because
Or in my circumstance, my daughter wanted me to stay all day so she could have me pay for that one last fancy meal before we
oh
left.
yeah, of
So you
course.
never know.
Yeah, but either way, that oftentimes the institution has them doing things and getting started immediately, so you may not be needed as long as you
That
think.
that is right. Or they could have meetings, sometimes residence halls start with their first hall meeting that afternoon and the
Yeah,
parents can't
need
be
to
around for
leave.
that. So,
Yeah, they need to leave. And
yeah,
I know it's hard, but say those goodbyes and know that you'll be back for Parents Weekend, so it won't be too much longer. All right, thank you.